What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. We are back, and guess what? We don't have our special guest this time. Man, it ain't gonna be the same without Monkey Wrench Mike out here, but I'm back. You may recognize this location. This is Indianapolis, Indiana, and I gotta give a big shout out and thank you to Copart for letting us come out here, and not just that, but the local yard. This particular yard, Angela, and well, there was Tom, but he's leaving. Thank you to Tom and Luke. Thank you to those guys, and of course the people that take the time out of their day. I understand picking all these cars up and dropping them off here. I appreciate that, like, more than you could even understand. I am used to having to wander around fields full of cars trying to find just a few, but I can tell you this, like, the time it takes them to find each car, load them up, and put them here for me to make my life easier, it takes a lot of their time, and time is money. So thank you so much to Copart. Thank you to Angela. Thank you to Tom. Thank you to Luke and all the staff here that makes this possible. Now, let's get into this today with number one on my list. There's quite a selection of cars here, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. I've got videos on everything coming, but today we're going to focus on a truck here, a truck there, and a Honda. And that is not the same Honda Civic that you saw before. Look at that cloud of dust. Wow. I've got some cool content coming, including a Corvette over there. And this is just for Monkey Wrench Mike, because I know he's going to be drooling over this. But stay tuned. We'll get to all that. Number one on my list is going to be this F-150. I don't even know what year it is, like a 97, a 98, something like that. It is a 98 F-150 with no brakes. That's something you're going to see a lot of around here. These cars are very, very different from the cars that I'm used to down in the Midwest, okay? Cars up here have rust, and they have rust bad. So a lot of times you're going to find rusted brake lines. But look how clean it is otherwise. Don't pay attention to the body. It just needs a paint job. All right, otherwise this thing is clean. It's missing a couple little pieces. It's even got power. It's got a green light up there. That's real Christmassy, right? That's festive. Let's see if she'll fire up. If I remember right, this is a 4.6. I was trying to find Mike a nice truck. Oh. There we go. There she goes. She didn't want to fire up, but now she did. So, make sure the hood's popped. She's misfiring. Check engine light is on. 322,000 miles on the... Oh, wait a minute. Does she have no oil pressure? There's no oil pressure. Uh-oh. Could it be a faulty sending unit, or could it really have no oil pressure? Okay, that was not expected. However, it does run. There's your 4.6 Triton. I actually really love this motor. This hood will not stay up. Somebody even put a factory AC Delco battery in her. Wow. No brakes. Do we have brake fluid? This is going to be difficult because I can't keep this hood from coming down on me. Let's check real quick. No, she's dry. She's dry. Next question is, does she have oil? She does have oil. She's full of oil, and I didn't hear any knocking. I heard no knocking at all. So I'm wondering if possibly it's just a faulty oil sender. That may be it. So I can tell you this is one that has sat for a while. It's been cleaned up, but she definitely sat. There's a lot of debris and stuff under there, really old nasty stuff, and it's actually pretty crusty under here as well. So this is one that's sat for a little while. I don't know, guys. I am looking for a truck to give Monkey Wrench Mike. I am. There's a couple options that we already have, and I thought this one wouldn't look too bad if you just threw a fresh coat of paint on it, but I am seeing rust all along the edges here. It's banged up over. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, obviously. It's just going to be a work truck. Oh, wow. Yeah, this has been washed up. There's a lot of... That's that stuff that we keep finding on the cars out here that's been sitting. It's a really thick, sandpapery type of substance. Yeah. She has sat for a while. We'll go ahead and fire her back up, though. Just for a minute, I want to feel the brakes just to get an idea. I'm assuming there's absolutely nothing there at all. This would be a good workhorse, man. And if you see rust on the outside, you can rest assured there's going to be a lot more underneath. always. Here we go. 322,000 miles, though. Oh, she sure don't like firing up, does she? Yeah, the engine's not ticking or anything. Oh, wow. No, there's no brake pedal. God, not even a little bit. Nothing. Straight to the floor. Yeah. We're not even going to try to put this one in gear. And it is misfiring pretty badly. Okay. I don't like that it has no oil pressure. So, real quick, it could just be a faulty sending unit, because if it had no oil pressure at all, this thing should at least be tapping, or you'd hear a knock when you give it a little bit of gas. So I'm pretty sure it's a faulty sending unit. Important window works. That window is very slow, but it also works. Honestly, guys, I'm thinking pass on this one. It needs tires badly too, and probably some suspension work, and you know, otherwise, like, overall, not a bad truck, but I think this is going to need a little bit more than what I want to put into it. Next on my list, the 2006 Ford F250. Again, this is one I think could do good, but this is listed as a non-runner, and it's got a bite now of right around $5,000. So I'm not entirely sure if it doesn't run, or if maybe they just didn't have a booster pack strong enough to start it. Generally speaking, my NOCO GB150 will fire up a diesel truck without any problem, but again, I got a suspicion that this has been sitting a long time. It's been washed, but look at the residue that's poured down it from sitting. This isn't just dust. Okay, this is another one that's been sitting a while. So this one most likely doesn't start. Now with diesels will act like they're out of gas, or fuel, I'm sorry, fuel, right? If they sit for a long period of time, they lose their prime. However, diesel fuel stays good for a long time. This has got the Power Stroke. This should be the 6.0. And I am almost willing to bet, oh wow, what happened back there? There's some parts, lots of parts. But I would almost be willing to bet that she lost her prime. Now, unfortunately, I can't throw my booster pack on and just crank all day long, because my booster pack will run out of juice. And once these things lose their prime, it can be a real pain. Sometimes you got to go as far as cracking the lines at the injectors to help get fuel up to the engine. And, well, we don't have time, tools, or equipment for doing any of that. Lots of Marlboros in the door there, so definitely smoker vehicle. Doesn't look bad though. Doesn't smell bad. There's a lot of fuses in the cup holder. That's a little concerning. There's some parts, some gloves, some masks, some bags, that kind of stuff there. Do we have the books? No, but we have some Taco Bell. Okay. Well, you know what we got to do. Oop, let's make sure that's closed. There we go. The tires, you can see she's been sitting a long time in the same spot. So it probably broke down and it ended up just sitting. The good thing though is I'm not seeing any rust on this one. And that's definitely something that's not very common. Typically, you're going to see a lot of rust on vehicles out here. And if it's not something you can see plainly, you can look at the rockers. And generally speaking, the rockers will be completely rusted out. And these, look at the factory welds. Everything is good down there. So that's kind of unusual. We've got a bezel that used to house the stereo that is now missing. I don't know, guys. I'm not a big fan of the 6.0. I don't have any experience with them, so I'll be the first to admit I don't know anything about them. I've just heard lots and lots of bad things about them. So, oh, wow. Yeah, she's been sitting. Holy crap. She had some nice Napa batteries in her, though. And look at that belt. That is not a cheap belt. That's the green belt, guys. That reduces slippage. You've got a catch can sitting right here. Somebody really loved this truck at one point. I mean, they really did. It's even got it's a Mishimoto push to the limits. Or is that coolant? What is this? Oh, that's a Wix filter. Hold on, wait a minute. That is a Wix filter. Where does it go? It comes over here to the coolant bottle. Why would you need a filter? Somebody's gonna have to comment below and tell me what this is. I thought this was just like an oil catch can, and it's not. Very, very interesting. The engine itself, covered in spider webs, covered in leaves. This is probably not gonna run. But look how clean these batteries are. I mean, it looks like before it was parked, somebody put some money into a couple of really nice batteries. You got some cut wires from the loom here. Maybe they came that way? I don't know, possibly. Fuses, again, more spider web. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna throw the little jump pack on it. We're gonna see if it'll do anything. I'm gonna bet in this case it's not. I just don't have the power to try to jump something that's been sitting this long. Wow, that oil is clean. Have you ever seen a diesel with oil that clean? Normally it's black and sooty. I kind of like this one, guys. I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of getting the feeling here that maybe, possibly, this is one that was like an estate type of deal, or somebody may have passed away. I don't know. It's been sitting a long time. Let's get the booster pack on. Let's just see if it'll do anything at all. I don't have a whole lot of expectations out of that booster pack. She's done really good for me, but I think maybe she's getting a little weak in her old age. And, man, this truck doesn't look bad. I bet it doesn't have a ton of miles on it neither. I'll bet it doesn't. Manual seats. I wonder what the miles are. Let's close the door. Does it? Whoa! 441,000 miles. Yeah, that booster pack's not going to be enough. I hear the fuel pump. Yeah, it's got diesel. It does. She's got fuel. Wait for that heater light to go off. She tries. I mean, that booster pack does good, but I'm telling you, this is something that it lost its prime, and there's no way we're going to be able to bring it back without killing the booster pack completely. She's trying to hit. Hold on. She's trying to hit. Ah, it ran. It ran. Hot damn. Oh, come on, old girl. You're kidding me. It fires up and then it dies. Yeah, we've probably just completely destroyed the booster pack at this point. Okay. Okay. Damn. I've got so many cars left to look at, and I think we just killed it. We probably just killed the truck. Cup holder's still there. It's got the trailer brakes and everything, man. Do we have any rust? Normally under here will be covered in rust. Nothing. Nothing. Well, I mean, that bed's a little flimsy. Yeah, that's pretty flimsy. And there is definitely some rust under there. It's even got the air shocks in the back, the helper springs. This is not a bad truck, guys. 4x4. And she almost fired. I think if you gave me some time with this, we get this truck running. I think we could get this truck running. Let's take a peek underneath. Make sure she's got a transmission transfer case. It's got drive shafts. Everything appears to be in it. There's some kind of a plug hanging out from under there by the motor. I don't know. $5,000 buy it now though. That's a little steep. Transmission looks dry. That's interesting. So what happened to this? I don't know. Huh. What do you guys think? I think $5 grand. I can't do it. How much juice we got left in this? Oh, wow. 4.3 volts. So this is most likely dead, and we won't be able to start anything else after this. I wasted it. I wasted it all on this truck. Oh, come on, man. Yeah. Okay, well, maybe I can charge this up for just a minute and we can come back. Let's try this little Honda. Last one on my list, a 99 Honda Civic. I can't stop thinking about that truck. Man, I'm telling you, I don't know. I think I could get it to run. I really do. I think if you give me some time jumping it, I think we could get her to fire off. But anyway, here's this little Honda Civic, and she is rusted out. It's a pedal car. It is a 99, and it's got, what, 265,000 miles on this little car. Could this make it 700 miles back to Oklahoma? Well, you know, I don't know, maybe it could, maybe not. I'm not sure. It really doesn't look that bad. It looks like it's got decent tires, but boy, she's got a lot of rust. This one does not look like one that has been sitting for a long period of time either. This actually looks pretty good. It actually smells good. It's got crank windows, manual locks. Oh, this could be fun. This could be fun. Look at this. 300,000 miles. Somebody took good care of it. I mean, somebody really took good care of it. I'm sure it's got no power. Let's find out. It just got power. It's even got the factory Honda CD player that works. No way. Full tank of gas? Are you serious right now? Are you serious? I hear a little tapping from the engine. Brakes? It has brakes. Does it have gears? Yes. I'm very impressed. It's even got an e-brake. Power steering feels good. Does the important window roll down? Easily. Wait a minute. Hold up. Do I smell gas? Hold on. When I smell something like that, man, it could be something. Oh, wow. Boy, she needs a valve cover gasket for sure. Luckily, that's super easy to do on this. It's got a Rural King battery. If y'all don't know what Rural King is, look it up. This is not too bad. I don't smell any gas under the hood. That was my main thing, though, is look at the fuel rail. I see no gas. There's the line going to the filter. No gas. The line doesn't look rusted up to there. Everything under here actually looks really, really good. I'm telling you, it's got a new fan too. That's a TYC cooling fan right there. That is new. Interesting. Okay. Let me take a quick peek underneath. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see under here or not. We'll try. I want to make sure I don't see any gas leaking. I sure do. There it is. I knew I smelled it. It's leaking right onto this. Woo! That's potent. That is potent. Dang it. Where's it leaking from? Right there. It's dripping off of the subframe. Well, that's a shame. I'm glad I smelled it and I shut it off quickly. It's dripping somewhere right down here, right where I was looking. Let me take a peek here, see if we can see where it's coming from. There's a hose. I see nothing from here, guys. It's definitely leaking. So it's got to be a rusted out spot down there. Not the end of the world, for sure. I mean, you can always patch it. It's not that big of a deal. So I wouldn't say that I'm going to call it off on this one. I'm going to give up on it. Maybe. It's got a spare tire. And it's got air. Hopefully it goes to this car. So that's something. And it runs well considering it's got a fuel leak. I think I'm going to put this one on my list, guys. This is one that I might be interested in. Obviously, I'm not going to want to go crazy on it or spend a whole lot of money on it. You know how these cars go, though. If you don't, I'm going to tell you right now. You got a slightly dripping fuel line, right? It's leaking slowly. I wouldn't even think about risking driving it like that, guys. That stuff's going to get on the exhaust. Poof. You might light the thing up. But you think, okay, it's got a fuel leak. I just got to replace that piece of line, and down the road you go. Not necessarily, guys. A lot of times you go and you cut that piece of the line off, and you think you're just going to replace it, and as soon as you do, it starts leaking down here. So you cut and you replace that, and it starts leaking down here. Before you know it, you're custom building an entire fuel line for the car, and by the time you do that, then the return line starts leaking. It can get to be one of those things that could take days of your time, and it's just not worth it. But I am going to keep it on my list. If it goes cheap enough, I'm going to consider it. That truck right there, that F250, I can't stop thinking about it. It's going to run. It's just going to take more than that one little booster pack of mine to get it going. I'm not going to pay $5 grand for it. That's what the buy it now is. The buy it now is like $5 grand or $5,500. I'm not going to do that, but I'm willing to go through the auction process and let's see if we can be the high bidder. I don't know who's selling it. I don't know if it's Copart Direct. I don't even know what Copart Direct is. I've been doing this for like 5 years now. I have no idea what Copart Direct is. Maybe they're selling it for somebody. I don't know. But I think I'm going to take my chances at the auction. And I'm willing to bet if we win it, we'll have it running in the first video. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get out of here. Again, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to Copart corporate office and the local Indianapolis office here. Thank you to Tom and to Luke and to Angela for making this possible, for bringing these cars right out here so we can be right up front and personal with them without having to hunt them down. Truly appreciate Copart going out of their way to make this happen for us. And thank you to all of you for taking the time out of your schedule to watch my videos. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. If you like the videos, hit the thumbs up button and definitely consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.